song to be?
It is going to be me playing on the piano.
You want
literally 3 notes. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, hey, welcome. Mayday Podcast, baby.
Okay, that's not a great theme song, but okay.
But our theme song could change episode to episode.
All right, okay. So
we could ask people to submit intros.
Okay, we could do that.
Because I really like the idea of having people like interact with us and help us, like with things. Hey, if you got like a holiday you guys want us to talk about or something, or your birthday's coming up, we'll shout you out.
Yeah.
Just email us at 0laughs@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking at this here. How we do the podcast overview of the month of May, Mondays. So we won't talk about all of these, but I feel that we could talk about like if we were like an off day, we could talk about you know a whole month awareness stuff. Yeah. But since I feel like this day's pretty packed, we don't have to really do much of that.
Yeah, and I think that we're gonna spend a good amount of time on just intros. On just
sure.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess if
like
you
why we're doing this,
you take the lead of that.
Why we're doing it, like. So we really wanted to just let everyone, like, we really wanted people to know more about, like, the specific days of the year and, like, just, like, to list off reasons to be happy.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So. Alright. So let's do this.
I'll also say that I don't understand what some of these, like, little, things
are. I'll go over it with you. Intro, why we do the podcast, overview of the month of May.
Yeah.
Like today's Monday. Yeah, just what we're going to be doing. I'll kind of take about but like let's talk about that today is Monday. At least just mention that. Last day of National Dance Week.
Part of our intro should be the date. Hey, today's
May 1st, which makes it the first episode of May Days. Congrats for listening. Today's World Laughter Day. Now it's a little segment called Today in History.
Why is it congrats on listening and not thank you for listening?
Because it's a joke. I was being like super arrogant.
Nice.
Like I'm like, oh,
you found it.
Yeah, congratulations. You now get to enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like very like full of myself.
And then I'll say thank you.
Hello and welcome to Mayday's podcast. I am Nicholas Margelos, and with me is my brother
Steven Margelos.
Yeah, I guess we're saying our last names.
Well, you did. So.
I didn't know if we were. I mean, if this gets big, I don't want people to come find us or something like that. But I went for it, and you went for it too.
No one's gonna come for you.
That is true. That's true.
Come after you.
Anyway, this is Mayday's podcast. It's a podcast completely dedicated to the month of May. We'll be doing an episode every single day of the month. We are 2 brothers that love the month of May, and we wanted to do a podcast all about it. Today, of course, is Monday, May 1st, which makes this the first episode of May Days. So, congrats on listening to it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Scrapsky doodles.
Okay, you see how that's really small?
Yeah.
That means you're being really quiet.
I think they can hear me.
I think so too, but I just because my voice is getting louder.
Okay, fine. You want us to be at the same.
I just want us to be somewhere near, because otherwise I'm going to have to be playing with it the whole time.
Alright, let's be at the same then. You want to redo it?
No, it's fine. Okay. So
why are we doing this? Because we both like May?
Yeah, we're doing this podcast because
we're both big fans of May.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
And history.
We love history.
Like May.
We love the month of May.
I wanted to put something out there for other people to understand why May was the best.
Yeah.
And why they should be happy for every day of May.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a great month. Why don't we, since it's the first episode,
usually warm.
May is warm. I mean, as
an American.
No, here's something that maybe our listeners don't know, and maybe you don't know this either, Steve.
They don't know anything. Our listeners know absolutely nothing.
Tell me if you know this. Tell me, did you know that April showers bring May flowers? Did you ever hear that phrase before?
Yeah, I've definitely heard that phrase.
Okay.
That's not like a new phrase though.
So that's just something. That's part of phrase. That's just part of the research that we do here.
Now I seem like an asshole because I said that our viewers don't know anything. I thought you were gonna reveal something about yourself, but really, they know, like they have a childhood education. I hope so. I hope that they know that.
Yeah, no, they probably, you know what? They might know it. I don't know. I was just sort of assuming. I apologize for anything that Steven might have said if it offended you.
What do you mean? You also said that they weren't going to know.
So we should probably introduce ourselves a little bit. And why, what gives us the right?
Yeah, we're pretty qualified for this.
We are.
Yeah.
Steven, why don't you tell our listeners about yourself first?
So I used to work at an Ace Hardware, and now...
How long did you work there for?
4 or 5 months.
Okay. So yeah, you got some... What months did you work at Ace?
The winter ones, and the end of the summer season, August.
So not May. So you've always spent your May free of a job, committed to the month of May.
Always, no. I have also been a lifeguard, done other things. I have not always been committed to the month of May.
Well, I'll edit that out.
But I have reminisced about it all the time. I think that was the reason I got fired from my lifeguard job. I fell asleep thinking about May. Or I should probably say I left my lifeguard job forcefully.
Okay, great. Yes, so that's Steven in a nutshell. Is there anything else that you want to say about yourself?
No, I write for fun.
You write for fun? Okay.
Not really. I'm really bad at it. I usually start writing for fun, and then I...
never finish it.
That's a
classic writer thing. That's what people do. Have a good idea, but don't do anything about it. That's something I do, too. I'm a bit of a writer myself.
Well, I mean, I didn't say I had any good ideas. I just said that I start something and be like, this isn't good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that's Steve.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
And so I'm Nicholas, and I woo! See, so loud. See this? If we're doing this the whole time, and then this
is a couple claps in there.
That's not. And look, shut up.
Your
claps.
I think
shut up.
Oh, it's gonna be fine. I think it'll be a slight woo. It'll be whatever. Okay.
Okay, so that was Steven.
Bad.
And
are you upset by that?
No, I'm not upset by anything.
That I wooed for you. That I think that if there was an audience here, that they'd be wooing. All right, that
there's
you'd be
not.
Wooing them.
There's not.
Well, I'm here, and I thought that it was an appropriate space to woo.
I feel like I'm gonna have to edit that part now, and now it's gonna be like
woo.
It's just more work. It's just more
so
work.
Wooed.
Okay. Anyway,
I don't have to edit it. All right, whatever.
Probably
You're
won't.
the guy.
I probably won't. All right, so I'm Nick Alyss, and it's the month of May. I love the month of May. I have been working in the janitorial job market most of my life, and that I think has allowed me to be a huge sort of expert on the month of May. And I think that we're all going to learn a lot from this podcast. So let's get to it. I mean, let's start learning stuff. I mean, that's what we've promised our listeners. So let's do that. So what should we start with? There's so much to talk about in the month of May.
It's so interesting. Like something really interesting that happened today, May 1st. It's the last day of the National Dance Week.
That's right. So this started officially about 7 days ago or 6 days ago. It started in the last sort of week of April.
I don't know when it actually started, like yearly.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I'm just talking about this.
Yeah. So we're good experts.
No, yeah, that's something. If you want to know more about it, like we're just gonna give the base. If you want to know more about it, go look it up. Hey, go look it up.
That's another class. It's more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It costs more money. What?
It's in another class, so you pay for this class that we're teaching.
Okay.
Our May class. And
so then
if they want to know the details, if they want to be able to talk a whole conversation with somebody about the dance week, they got to go to another class and they pay us more money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's like the Poisson distribution and statistics. My teacher's not going to teach me about it. It's a different class. It's more money.
Yeah, that was a really great deep cut, Steve. Really good.
Yikes.
Okay, So, yes, last day of the National Dance Week. So, I mean, we like to dance.
We like to party.
We like to party. That's correct. So that's something that's happening
I'm a huge
today.
dancer.
You are a huge dancer, Steve. What
are some of my moves?
What are some of your moves?
Well, the conductor.
The conductor's a move that I have told many of friends.
The conductor's a good one.
It is. How does it go though? Let's tell them because this is
you conduct. I don't know. There's no other way. You tap with your foot to get everyone queued up.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure the violins and the strings in the back. The slackers.
Yeah.
They're paying attention.
That is true. They are slackers, aren't they?
The strings?
Yeah.
No, they're probably not. They're probably the best ones.
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. They're slackers.
No, you can't go back on the bit now. It's over.
It's not a bit. It was a real life conversation.
It was.
I am with Tom.
So, any other dance moves?
No. The flossing. I floss.
How does the flossing go?
You just it's a move that can only be done in the privacy of your home, without anybody seeing.
Okay.
And a lot of people skip this move in their daily routine. And you just kind of do it. Dentists really like it. It's whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but how do you do the move? You said it can only be done in the privacy of your own home.
Yeah. And then once you do it, then you're just then you tell people that you did the floss move.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty complicated. It's highly technical. As I said, you guys probably have elementary school learning, but probably not back then. So I don't want to go into the technicalities of the floss move.
So what you're saying is that it just is flossing.
Yeah.
Got it. So that is National Dance Week. It's last day, so it is May 1st, and if you're listening to this still on May 1st, or, next time listen to this again on May 1st, next year, and enjoy the last day of dancing. Go out and dance, and try the conductor, and floss your teeth. Really, if anything, if you take anything away from this podcast, have better dental hygiene. I think that's...
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd also agree that, talking about dance moves is, one of the hardest things to, try to explain.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is our first podcast. It's going to be a little rough. We thank you for listening. We're figuring out what we're good at, what we're not.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is that we're learning about the month of May. That's what I keep harkening back on, is that as long as we're learning about May, and we're sort of in this together, we're going to be okay.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually stick together with the group during camp outings and stuff. And yeah, it really screws you over in the end. You just get boned. So stick together for sure. For sure.
Okay, yeah, stick together. That's what Steve was trying to say.
Always have a buddy. If you leave the house late at night,
right?
You don't want to lose your sense of community.
Right.
Always have at least one guy.
You remember back in... Steve, tell me if you remember this. Remember in preschool when you used to have have bathroom buddies?
I'm so sorry that I don't, but sure, tell me more.
Okay. I feel like that's what we should be. That's what we should be to our listeners. Buddies? We should be, and to our listeners.
I'd go to the bathroom with anybody listening.
So listeners, let's say this right now. You can find us on Twitter.
On the street.
Or on the street.
Oh,
Steven's on Twitter now.
Yeah, I just made one today.
Steven Margellos.
No relation
Nick Margellos.
To the podcast.
No relation to the podcast. He just made it today for
no reason.
No reason.
Actually, to get back at you when you said that my chewing was too loud.
Which makes me suspicious that he somehow heard that I had... Back up. On the other day, I tweeted about how loud... Steven just took a bunch of bologna or ham out of the refrigerator.
I brought it downstairs.
And was just slurping up this ham like it was nobody's business.
And you were watching me eat it. And I could tell you were upset.
And it was just every once in a while I'd turn over and go, gosh, he is really munching on that ham. And I tweet about it. It was just in a joking fashion. But I assumed that someone one of his friends
nobody
was
told
like,
me.
"Hey, just so you know,
Your brother's
your
pissed,
brother
bro."
is pissed at you." And then you made a Twitter and then apologized for it, which was very nice of you.
Yeah, I have a lot of like weird. When I went to when like I'm around other people and eating, I'm also people complain about how loud I gulp, like when I drink water.
Yeah, you're a big gulper.
I'm a huge gulper. I didn't know. Apparently, a lot of people have untold problems with me, that are based in some of my just natural
Yeah.
emotions.
No, just
and
like things that you
reactions
need to
life.
do to survive.
Yeah, and people hate me for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I don't know. I got some good standings with like just the general population and cosmetics.
Right, that is true. You are very big with the cosmetic community, aren't you?
I'm a huge cosmopolitan.
That's correct. That is what people often call you.
Yeah.
So here's a couple other things that we should really discuss on this May 1st podcast. Today is also World Laughter Day. So loud. People just ripped their earbuds out of their ears. And now they didn't even hear that.
All right.
So you may have heard of April Fool's Day.
April Fools.
April Fool's Day is the first day of
Tom
April.
Cruise. Ted Cruz.
And so it's interesting that May 1st then has its own sort, like it's like May is sort of in competition with April, and that's one of the things I respect about April is that it's always striving to be more. You know what I mean? It's always working hard on being the best that it can be.
Yeah, but like the only thing April has on May is April Fool's Day. Everything else May's better at.
Oh, absolutely. I will say that though, my second favorite month is probably April.
All right. Yeah, sure. Like second.
Just because I
As
think
long as it's not the first one.
it's just because I know that May's right after. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, for sure. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it is
for like a month calendar. Did you make that up yourself?
To have April come before May?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, I believe the Mayans came up with that. I could be
Calendar?
wrong. Yeah, didn't they come up with the calendar?
I don't know. Not the one that we follow.
Really?
I'm pretty sure no. I don't know. You guys can correct us.
Yeah. Tweet at either one of us.
Yeah, we'll make an email.
Let us know. Oh, yeah, we should probably make an email for the next episode.
Yeah. Email us at snn@gmail.com.
SNN?
S and N. That's a capital S and AND capital N at gmail.com.
Capital N as in nut?
As in Nick.
So Steve and Nick is what you want the email to be.
Basically, yeah.
But it's going to be capital S as in Steve.
Yeah.
And the letter and, A-N-D.
Yeah.
Capital N as in Nick.
As a nut, yeah.
As in nut at gmail.com.
Steven and Nut.
Gosh. Alright, so if you guys want to email us, by the time this comes out, we'll have S and N
Hopefully.
at gmail.com. And you guys can email us all your corrections. You can email us anything. Well, shouldn't the email be something about like the month of May?
Yeah.
Why isn't it maydays at gmail.com?
S-May-N.
May N.
Yeah. Stephen May Nick.
We'll figure out the email. Try any of those emails. And you'll
get the email at the end of the podcast. How about that?
but we have to make the email though. What if S and N is already taken out?
Yeah, so at the end of this podcast, once I figure out what the email is going to be, I'll make the email right after this. I'll send you what it's going to be, and we'll record. Hey, if you guys have like this, and that,
so okay.
Email us at stevennut@gmail.com.
stevennut@gmail.com.
Steve, okay. How about Steve May Nut? stevemaynut@gmail.com.
stevemaynut@gmail.com.
Yeah. It's
so
a kind of
so many people
joke.
are gonna go wait, where does that name come from? And we're going to be like, well, you're going to have to listen to the weird episode that was our first episode.
Yeah.
And then you'll figure it out.
Steve May Nut.
Okay, so, last but not least, we want to take a quick moment to talk about other things that have happened in this day in history on May 1st. So, for example, the Empire State Building finished construction on this day.
Woo! Empire, baby.
So
Empire Strikes Back.
that's something I really want. I wanted to have the dates, like the years that this came out, but I forgot to look that up. And so for next episode, I promise to not only have the dates, the years that these events happened.
Maybe some more background info.
Maybe we do a little bit more research next time.
I don't know. I wasn't really expecting us to be good experts.
No, it's the thing is that we care about May so much.
Yeah.
We didn't really think about some of the other stuff.
Yeah, all the goblins and googles of it.
Correct. The goblins and googles.
It's another way of saying like the nuts and bolts, but it's like the goblins and googles.
The Steve May nuts.
Yeah.
The Steve May nuts and bolts.
Yeah. It's the goblins and googles.
Right.
You know, because like everybody these days Googles, so it's the goblins and googles.
The other thing that happened on this day is that Citizen Kane premiered.
Premiered?
It did.
I've heard of the movie, but I have never seen it.
Citizen Kane, probably one of the greatest known movies in the known universe.
No way. Is it really that? I guess
People claim that it's the greatest.
Great? No way. I've never heard anybody claim that Citizen Kane was the greatest.
Did you take Bessie's class?
Yeah.
He claimed it.
No, he did not.
He did.
Not when I was around. I think he claimed something else, like frickin' Tom and Jerry's movie, the cartoon little thing,
You would
the
never
one with
say
the
it.
anvil.
Now you're just making stuff up. So that's. Oh, there's one more thing that I would want to talk about that also happened on this day in history. I think it happened on this day in history. There was something I didn't want to do research on this because I also saw that it maybe happened tomorrow. So maybe it's something I should just save for tomorrow. But then I don't want to miss it if
Well,
it
you've
did
already
happen.
started talking about it, so just.
So I think that.
Oh, tune in next time when Nick talks about the thing that might have happened today.
So I think that Obama announced to the U.S. that soldiers had killed Osama bin Laden
Yeah.
today. I
sounds
think
good.
that happened today, whatever, like 10 years ago. Or 15.
No. Wrong. 10 or 15? So very wrong. You thought that it would be more than 10?
I think it's
No
more
way
than
than
10.
more. If you think it's more than 10, Obama wasn't in presidency. There's the only possible way it could only be 8. It could only possibly
So
be 8.
maybe.
So probably 6.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that Obama was part of the fact.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode.
I just think it was a good one.
It was a good one, and I think that it's gonna, like the thing is that we can only really go up from here.
I think that we set the bar pretty low. So, prepared to be irked.
Irked. What does
Yeah.
it mean?
Urkel.
Prepare to be Urkel? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
Steve
ending this.
Urkel?
I'm ending this right now.
No.
No, this is
So
totally.
Steve-
this
so
is the end. This is the
Steve-
end. Thank you so much
Steve
for listening
Urkel was
to
a
May.
goblin man.
Thank you so much for listening to Mayday's podcast. I have been Nicholas Margelos. You can find me at Nick Margelos on Twitter, and of course you can email us at stevemaynuts@gmail.com.
No, Steve May Nut. There's no S.
Oh, okay,
That's
sorry.
STEPHEN.
Oh, so
May,
Stephen
MAN.
Maynut.
Stephen Maynut. MAY, not MAN. That's man. So it's
Right.
that's Stephen.
No one was gonna say
STEPHEN.
MAN.
MAY. Okay. MAYNUT. Stephen Maynut at gmail.com.
Feel free to email us, and we'll do a segment of reader mail or something like
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk about your favorite parts of May. We'll We'll give you advice on how to get a janitorial job or
Job at Ace Hardware.
our job at Ace.
Or any sort of advice. I mean, we're certainly love experts too.
Yeah, we're goblins and Googles, so...
Oh my god. And
We
Urkels.
we know
Urkels too, aren't we?
We got all the nuts and bolts. We got all the grime and gears of everything done. Set in motion.
Indeed. So, thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on May 2nd.
Number 2, baby.
Alright, bye.